This is Richard Perry, and this presentation is entitled The Seven Seals of Revelation. When Christ was telling his disciples about the time of the end, he told them to be on their guard because he had told them everything ahead of time. It is the seals of Revelation that give us a roadmap through the time of the end, from the very beginning until the end when Christ returns. The first four seals each have different colored horses: white, red, black, and pale. Scriptures reveal that the four colored horses, white, red, black, and pale, are the four spirits of heaven going out to the whole earth from the west, east, north, and south. We find this in Zechariah chapter 6, 1 through 6. Prophecy is written from the vantage point of Israel. So north, south, east, and west from Israel, and relating to the four colored horses, the white goes to the west, the red goes to the east, the black to the north, and the pale to the south. We also see that each of the four seals have four horses and riders. We see from Scripture below a horse and rider symbolizes a leader and his army. Notice in Exodus 15. The horse and its rider he has hurled into the sea. Pharaoh and his army he has hurled into the sea. The rider is the leader, and the horse is his army. Now let's see what each of the leaders and their armies will do as the seals of Revelation are opened. The first seal symbolizes the USA, the West, and their army. The second seal opens, the red horse comes out, which will be Iran and its army. The third seal opens, and a black horse comes out, which is Russia and its army. Finally, the fourth seal opens, and a pale horse comes out with its army, and that would be Egypt. Now, I watched as the Lamb opened the first seal, when I heard one of the four living creatures say in a voice like thunder, "Come." And I looked, and there before me was a white horse. Its rider held a bow, and he was given a crown, and he rode out as a conqueror, bent on conquest. The rider, the leader of the Western Army, which would be the United States, went out as a conqueror. The U.S. went out conquering to the Middle East. The rider on the white horse, the U.S., rode out from its place as a conqueror. When the Lamb opened the second seal, I heard a second living creature say, "Come." Then another horse came out, a fiery red one. Its rider was given power to take peace from the earth and make men slay each other. To him was given a great battle. The red horse symbolizes Iran. Its rider will be the leader of Iran. And, of course, the red horse also symbolizes the army of Iran. When the second seal opens, the army of Iran will take peace from the earth and cause men to slay each other. The rider on the red horse is also given power to win a great battle. When the Lamb opened the third seal, I heard a third living creature say, "Come." And I looked, and there before me was a black horse. Its rider was holding a pair of scales in his hand. And then I heard the sound of a voice like four living creatures saying, "A quart of wheat for a day's wages, and 3 quarts of barley for a day's wages, and do not damage the oil and the wine." When the third seal opens, a black horse and its rider, the leader of Russia, will be holding a pair of scales in his hands. The leader of Russia will change the balance of power. The rider on the black horse, Russia, held a pair of scales in his hand, and he will alter the balance of power in the world. When the Lamb opened the fourth seal, I heard a voice like the fourth living creature say, "Come." And I looked, before me was a pale horse. Its rider was named Death, and Hades was following close behind him. They were given power over a fourth of the earth to kill by sword, famine, plague, and wild beast. When the fourth seal opens, the pale horse, which is the army of Egypt, and its rider, the leader of Egypt, will perform war against the Antichrist. The rider of the pale horse, Egypt, will kill by sword, famine, plague, and wild beast. The seven seals of Revelation span the time of the end. The first seal, U.S. went out conquering. When the second seal opens, which is next, Iran will take peace from the earth and cause men to kill each other. After that, the third seal will open, and Russia will change the balance of power by damaging wheat and barley. When the fourth seal is opened, Egypt will engage the Antichrist in war, and there will be war by sword, famine, plague, and wild beast. When the fifth seal opens, we see souls under the altar in heaven. This can only mean the Great Tribulation has begun. When the sixth seal opens, we see a sign in the sun and the moon and the stars going dark, which is a sign that happens immediately after the tribulation, according to Matthew 24, and immediately before the seventh seal, as we see in Revelation 6. The seventh seal, of course, is the return of Christ. When the seventh seal is removed from the scroll can be opened, the scroll which is the book of life. The time of the end has come. The seals span the time of the end, from the beginning to the second coming of the Messiah, called the Christ. The first seal was opened on 9/11 in 2001. The U.S. went out as a conqueror. When the second seal opens, Iran will take peace from the earth, and this will start World War III. This is Richard Perry with another teaching from Bible prophecy to help you understand the time of the end. Iran, the red horse, is next, and it will take peace from the earth. That could happen as early as this year